All right, ladies and gentlemen, for this lesson, we're going to do area and perimeter of the L shape, or in this case, the irregular shape. Okay, so it's not a typical rectangle or it's not a typical triangle that you guys used to do. All right, so first thing first, there are two parts for each problem. First part is finding the perimeter. Second part is to find the area. All right, so the very first part, you need to find all the missing link. So let me zoom in and write this problem on the whiteboard so you guys could kind of see it better. And I'm going to show you how to do problem number 1 and problem number 4 in this case. So the rest, you guys are going to have to do it on your own and just kind of follow through. All right, so let's get started. All right, so first thing first, this is problem number 1. Notice that for the L shape, there are a total of 6 sides. So in this case, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Now we're missing 2 numbers, so that means we're gonna find those missing link first. Okay, so don't just add all these numbers and expect that's gonna be the perimeter. That would be wrong. All right. So first thing first, we're gonna add up all the sides. Well, before doing that, we gotta find the missing link. So in this case, the way you're gonna compare is very simple. Either you add or subtract to the side that are parallel to it. So in this case, I'm going to look at the vertical side. What is the vertical side? Good question. So pay attention on the color that I'm about to do. So this is called the vertical side. So the vertical side is pretty much the one that stood up. So in this case, this is your vertical sides. So you have 3 of them. All right. Now, if you compare the vertical sides, you have 30, you have 25, and you have the very tiny one. So first thing first, ask yourself, which one is the biggest one? In this case, the biggest one is 30, and you have the 2 smaller sides. Now, if we're comparing the distance from here to here, you're going to see that this is the part that is missing. Am I correct? From here to here, this is the part that is missing. So that means if I combine these 2 sides right here, I should get number 30. Because 30 is the longest one. So therefore, to find the missing side, all I gotta do, since this is the longest, this is one of the shorter one, I do 30 minus 25, and that's gonna give me the missing length of 5 centimeters right here. Okay, so that's how you compare the vertical sides of the parallel lines. Now we're gonna compare the parallel lines but horizontal. So the horizontal one, that will be the one that's just laying down. So in this case will be the 5 right here, this one, and the 25. So if you pay attention to the horizontal lines right here, all right, the horizontal sides, you're going to see that 25 is the biggest one, 5 is the shorter one, right, the shortest actually, and you have the other shorter one. So that means from here, if I put these 2 together, talking about this one right here, these should add up to 25. So that means, what am I missing here? I'm missing 20, because 20 plus 5 is 25. So that's pretty much how you find the missing link. Now that you get all the missing link, all you have to do is add up for the perimeter. So just pretty much add up everything. Now, you don't necessarily have to show work on these in terms of the perimeter just because, you know, but actually if you want to do it, go ahead and do it. But in this case, I don't have much time because I don't want the video to be too long. So I'm just going to type up the number so you guys can see what the answer would be. So in this case, I have 25 plus 30 plus 5 plus 25 again plus 20 and plus 5. So my answer for perimeter will be 110 centimeters. So there we go. So P perimeter is 110 centimeters. Now to find the area, what we're going to do is we're going to have to dissect this L shape into 2 rectangles. So what I'm going to do is cut this L shape into 2 rectangles. Now as you can see, I have 2 rectangles right here. And what we're going to do is to find the area of a rectangle is length times width. So in this case, let's do this part first, this rectangle right here. Now, what is the length? The length is the longer side. The width is the shorter one. Well, you can clearly see right here, the length is 25 and the width is 5. So right here will be 25 times 5. And that's going to give me 125 centimeters square. I don't have enough space to put the unit, so I apologize for that. But pretty much the area to this part on the inside is going to be 125. Okay? Now, I have to find this area right here. We have to ask ourselves, well, what's the length, what's the width? For sure, the width is 5. But the length, this is a part where a lot of people tend to pick 30. But remember that I already cut these out. So that means this part is not going to be there. So therefore, 30 would be incorrect length. So the correct length for these rectangle right here will be 25. Because we'll only go from here to here, right? This is our rectangle, not all the way to 30. So right here will be another 25 times 5. So that's going to give me another 125 as well. So therefore, for the area for number 1, it's going to be 125 plus 125 because you have 2 area, right? So these two add up to 250 centimeter square. And that's how you do problem number 1. Okay, now we're going to move on and I'm going to show you one more, problem number 4. All right, for problem number 4, again, I have 2 missing lengths, so I need to find that first. So let's compare the vertical part first. So the vertical is the line that's standing up. So in this case, it will be the 5, the 37, and the missing one. Now, ask yourself which one is the longest one. So in this case, the answer for the longest length will be the missing one right here. So that means these 2 small ones needs to add up to the big one. So you're not going to be subtracting them. You're going to be adding them instead because these length combined with these, put it together, that's going to give you the missing one. So 37 plus 5, that's going to be 42 feet. Again, I don't have enough space to be putting the unit, so I'm just going to keep the unit out, okay? But it's feet in this case. All right, moving along. So we're done with the vertical sides. Now we're going to compare the horizontal one. So now for the horizontal one, we have the missing one right here, 20, and we have 45. All right, which one is the longest one? Obviously, 45 is the longest one because it takes these 2 combined to give us that 45. Remember, this is the whole thing, 45, right? So that means what I'm going to do is whatever these add 20, it's going to give me 45. Well, I don't know what this is, so I got to do reverse. So in this case, what I'm going to do is 45 minus 20, and that will be 25 right here is the missing one because 20 plus 25 is 45. Now that I got all the length, so just the same thing as problem number 1, add everything up. I'm going to use a calculator just because it's a little bit faster. So be 45 plus 5 plus 20 plus 37 plus 25 plus 42. And that's going to give me 174 feet. So 174 feet, right? So pretty much write down the answer. 174 feet. Now, show your work on here, like all the adding. Okay, just so that way I can see that you guys actually do work. Okay, now for the area, again, we're going to cut them into 2 pieces. All right, now we have to figure out which one is which. Okay, now the first one is going to be this part right here. So as you can see, the width is 5, the length is 45, so length times width. So the area is 45 times 5. That's for sure is this one right here. 45 times 5. And we're going to add that with the area on the bottom one. What would that be? Would it be 42 times 25? The answer is no, because 42 is this whole length right here, but we already cut it. So the 42 is inapplicable. So therefore, we're going to do 37 times 25. And it's okay if your number come out big because this is a big number. And that's cover the area on the bottom. All right, so use the calculator, figure it out the number. So first I'm gonna do 45 times 5. That's gonna give me 225. And then clear 37 times 25. That's gonna give me 925. So therefore the area is going to be 1,150 feet square. So don't forget that because it's an area. Because foot times foot is going to be feet times feet is feet square. And that's it. That's pretty much how you do the L shape or the irregular shape of finding the area and perimeter. Thank you for watching.